noises and sounds. Hi everyone. Hi. Hello family, I've officially adopted all of you.
I'm going to take a guess and say that that is Deborah.
Good morning, good evening. We've been having a little bit of fun here. My daughter Mackenzie is all ready to rock and roll. She's being a very good sport and she's wearing a dress. For those of you that know Kens, she doesn't normally wear dresses, so she is doing me a very big favour. Okay, try to relax. Now, I've been face painting, makeup, you name it, for this particular setup because I wanted it to be slightly different. And yeah, a bit unique to everything else that I've created before. We went with a bit of a mask here on the face because of everything that's kind of happening here right now in the world. And this is my sort of, I suppose, warped perception of it all. Everybody's been sharing all of their photographs in the group with, you know, their way of expressing what's going on right now, and I was a little inspired by that. So I'm just touching up here where the skin's kind of wrinkled, and I thought, oh, I could fix that in post-production. Then I thought, do you know what, it's just easier if I do it here now. It's going to be a little bit more consistent then in texture and skin. So if you're watching and you weren't part of yesterday's live, or you haven't seen yesterday's video, I made a beautiful crown out of odds and ends that I found around the house, and today's shoot is using that crown. So I thought that we'd just have a little bit of fun and I'd share with you my sort of creative process. And okay, just relax your mouth just a little bit, sweetie. Open just a tad and close just a bit. There you go. I'll try not to get it in your mouth, but I just need to cover a little bit more of that pink bit, pink area.
We've got 68 people joining us so far.
Holy smokes, good
morning, Michelle
hi.
Kenner, Sharon Jones, Mandy Meadows, Jennifer Thompson, Rob Brown. Oh, Rob, you've joined us. Good morning from upstairs. And Deborah, of course.
Will I walk Ken's up a little closer to the camera so they can have a look at her face? Okay, now just pull your skirt up there, chicken. Yeah. Now try not to smile because you ruin your makeup. All right, so this camera here, just stand right here. Very cool. Try not to smile.
Down. There we go.
There you go, just relax your face. Perfect. So this is going to look pretty amazing with that crown. A little different for most people, but this is going to look very cool.
Amazing.
All right, walk slowly back to your chair, sweetie. Okay. So the first thing that I suppose I can walk you through a little bit of the process in terms of the idea around the setup, in terms of the styling and everything. Obviously, the headpiece is my main feature. So I want that to be, you know, the hero of the shot. So I've kept everything really subtle and black dress, black paint, a little bit more gold jewelry. That's just a necklace of mine that I thought would be really cool dangling down to finish it off. And then what I've got over here is the bottom of a skirt. It looks a bit crazy, but it's like a mesh sort of skirt, and it was like the fishtail bottom of the skirt there that I've cut off, and I've just put wire through all of the seams to kind of give it a bit of shape. So I'm going to put that around Ken's, and then I'm going to put the crown on last because it is a little heavy and I don't want it standing there for too long. But before I do that, I'm going to get my light sort of in the right position here. It's off to the side right now. I'm going to use strobe. I wasn't going to. I do have a little metal ring as well, which we might bring in a little bit. And then see what sort of happens with that. Yeah, but it's a bit touch and go. I've not done any test shots or anything. And I've also got a smoke machine over here so we can add a little bit of I don't know, texture to it
Bit
as
of
well.
atmosphere.
And have a bit of fun with it. So yeah, you guys excited? What type of paint are you using? This is actual body paint. So I bought this quite a while ago because obviously we love Halloween. So it's a face and body paint. It's non-toxic, water-based, and it's made in Australia, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
So yeah.
Your backdrop?
This one's from Shades of Jade. So it's just like a muslin that's been dyed, hand dyed, and it's got great texture, and it'll add to that kind of smoky effect that we're going
And the
for.
dress?
The
I'm just going to get it all out of the way now.
The dress is from Eden Elizabeth. It's a maternity dress. It's one of my favourite black pieces. That's why it's nice and long and it's got great shape. You'll see that when Ken stands up. And yeah, I kind of wanted to have her up really high on a bit of a pedestal, but obviously I can't in here. The ceilings are so low, and then when I put the crown on, she gets even higher. So, and then I've got my other backdrops at the back there, which, you know, come into effect as well. So I had to kind of consider that. So in post-production, I'm already sort of visualizing that I might lengthen her just a teeny tiny bit in the legs, even though she's quite tall and has got long legs. I'll lengthen those just a little bit to give it a bit more, I suppose, I don't know.
It's kind of making her a bit more statuesque,
Yeah,
sort of,
yeah.
you know, goddessy,
Not so it's over the top.
powerful.
Now, I've got some overhead lights on here, and I'm actually going to leave them on, and when I get my exposure shot with my strobe, I will just make sure that my light source is actually going to overpower the ambient light. So it's going to basically rule it out, and I'll do that in a second. I do want a fairly even sort of light here, but I'm going to shoot this with a 50mm lens, and so when I put my 50mm lens on, I've actually got to shoot from back here to get all of Mackenzie in. So I just want to make sure that my light's obviously not going to be in the way there. And I might need, Garrett, I might need the little thing there that goes on top of my camera.
Shall I find that?
I think it's either in the trolley there somewhere. All right, pop my sandbags on. Do you know, it's funny, I could have gone two ways with the styling of this shoot, but Mackenzie, I showed her my ideas, and Mackenzie was like, no, I want to be painted. I want to be painted. I said, no worries. Just keep that there. What are we on? We're on 5 right now. Ken's, just stand up for me for a sec. So to get my exposure right for my light, just come this way just a little bit. That's a girl. I'm going to get my camera settings for the strobe. So obviously ISO, I'm going to bring that down to 100. Now I am going to shoot this at, let's go 5.6. Actually, let's go f8, because I would love to get heaps of detail in that beautiful crown and everywhere else. Now I'm going to get a shot. I'm going to bring my shutter speed up to 200, so I'm f8, ISO 100. Now this is where I want to take a shot and make sure that everything is black in the image, so that the ambient light is not actually adding to this setup. And that looks pretty black. All right, so that means that when I now adjust the light, the strobe, the ambient light is not going to impact my overall image. I'm only lighting her with the light that's going to come out of my bronze color. So these are 800 watt bronze, so pretty powerful lights. It's currently at 5, but because I've increased my aperture there, I'm going to turn this up a bit, because I'm going to by changing my aperture, I'm letting less light into my camera, so I need to have more output coming out of my light source. So just turn it up to 6 to start with. Turn it back on. So this is just an exposure shot Oh wow, it's pretty dark, but it does look very cool.
Oh, that is cool.
But this is what we're going for. But I am going to turn it up just a little bit. So we'll go up to 7. Alrighty, you ready to rock and roll? So we'll get some photos with our smoke machine and then without. Okay, so get comfy on your feet there, wriggle your feet around. That's a girl. So this does look a little dodgy, but it's going to look good on... Oh, wrong way. Good spotting. Okay, arm through that one. Hang on, let me pull it around for you. Arm through that one. All right, how is everybody today? Friday?
Well, everyone's sounding amazing and they're loving the setup so far. And what reflector is it that's on the light there, Cal?
Oh, this is just a beauty dish. This is the Braun beauty dish. So I didn't want a whole lot of light. I just wanted to light Ken's. So obviously different modifiers going to create different results.
Look how cool that's looking. And the crown's not even on yet. And it's Caitlin's birthday. Happy birthday,
Happy
Caitlin.
birthday. Sorry, just getting that to sit a little bit of there. What a good girl you are.
As far as your concept goes, Cal, you kind of mentioned it before, but there's another question come up. Is this kind of like a bit of a quarantine-based story, sort of?
Well, it totally could be, and that's what it's kind of. You could kind of read anything you want into it, really.
I think that goes for a lot of your portraits.
Yeah.
You know, you always have a story in mind with, you know, when you're creating something for families and that sort of thing, but it is kind of cool how people do read into it. That one with the 3 faces over the top of the baby in the circle, that one certainly caused some different reactions and stories from judges and that sort of thing. Yeah.
So there's a little bit of wire kind of showing there. It's going to be hard to get rid of here. You're right. Now, when I go to take your shot, the way that you're going to pose is you're going to bring your palms up towards me, just let them fall just a bit. Perfect. Oh, wow. Okay, you ready?
The piece de la résistance.
Now, if it starts to feel like it's going to fall, does that feel good there? Mm-hmm. Just let me know.
How amazing is that? And the cool thing is we're not going to see half of the effect until you take that photo.
Okay, just looking at me, honey. Chin down just a little tiny bit towards me. Like chin it out a little bit more towards me. That's it. And just straighten your head up just to this bit. Yep, that's it. Okay, now what I want you to do is bring one of your knees up there. Ready, set, and looking at me. Whoa.
Wow.
Wow, Candy Brown, what got you look like? No smiling now. Okay, try. Close your eyes for me just for a second. Okay, hang on, I've got something in my eye now. Bit of paint maybe? Okay, now just remember with those fingers, palms up just a little bit, that's it. And just looking at me. Okay, one more. Chin down just a bit, that's a girl. Knee up for me a bit higher.
And Kelly's using a 50mm
Perfect.
prime lens today.
Now there is lots of black in this. I'm going to bring in my smoke machine now. I might even bring up that exposure just a little bit. It's hard when you're tethered. Let's bring up that light just a tad and see what that looks like. We've got lots of room to play with. One more before smoke. Okay, you going okay there, chicken? Yeah? Good girl. Okay, looking at me. That's it. Neck nice and long.
That's really brought that exposure up that time.
Yeah, that's good. I'm just going to
Look at
grab
that
one more like
face.
that. Chin down just a little bit for me. That's it. Perfect. Close your eyes. 1, 2, 3, open. Okay. Beautiful. All right, let's see what happens here with some smoke.
The gold in that is just looking amazing.
Oh, I was going to feather it. No.
Oh,
Here we
it's
go.
happening. Here it comes.
Okay, stay still for me. I'm just going to let that disperse just a bit. You're okay there for a sec? And just let that smoke go a bit. Yeah, maybe not that one. that black thing sitting on the chair there will be good. The little one.
In front of her face?
Yeah, just away from her face there for me. Go.
Moving it from the side now.
Okay, let's see. And if you, yeah, just down and low. There we go. There it is. Okay, looking at me. I just want like some down below. So can you bring the smoke machine in nice and close? Bring it in closer, 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 closer. Yeah, back just a tiny tad. There we go. Okay, let's get it away from your face for a second. You can relax your arms for a second if you want me. What's of smoke? Okay, that'd be good. And then I'll give it a little. Oh, here we go. Perfect. Relax those hands. That's it. Up. That's it. Perfect.
The the fog machine we bought at a party supply.
That'll do me.
Wow.
Oh, it's like we're at a disco.
I'll turn the heat on, vent some of that out.
Perfect. That's it, baby girl.
How amazing.
That was pretty quick, wasn't it? All that preparation. Okay.
We've got a smoke-filled room now.
Alrighty, here, look, sit here for a sec.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to open the studio door just for a second. One moment.
This was meant to be you. Which fog machine is this? Do you know what? I've got another fog machine that I have at home, and I got it for $29 at Aldi. It was crazy, and it was so good. And then the this one here we bought because I think it was for my birthday, actually.
40th
my
birthday.
birthday party. Mm-hmm. All right, so there's a few little questions here. I want to have a look at the back of my camera. I can't just stand here. All right, we got any questions?
Everyone's just loving everything that you do. Can't wait to see the edit. Everyone wants that. Okay, let's talk about your camera settings again and just run everyone over everything that you use. So the light.
All right, we are using the Broncolor. It's the Cyrus. What else does it say on the side? Oh, we've taped over it. It's a Broncolor Cyrus. It's an 800 watt Cyrus 800, and these heads here are amazing strobes. So I actually have 3 of them. That's pretty cool, right? It was a huge investment, but I wanted to make sure that I had, you know, beautiful, beautiful strobes. I've shot it at f8 so that I get lots of detail in her headpiece, because I'm quite far back, obviously, and I'm taking a photo of, there's a lot of information in the photo in terms of from the bottom of her feet all the way to the top of the headpiece. So I'm not coming in and getting a close-up of her face, which, you know, you could have, but my vision was to have that beautiful length in the dress and create something truly quite sort of powerful and unique. But yeah, it was pretty amazing. It's kind of turned out actually better than I thought it would.
So I've just done a little close-up there so everyone can see.
But yeah, I shot this at 2.8,
F8.
ISO 100 f8, and my shutter speed was at 200th of a second, and yeah, it's just...
Oh, Mandy Meadows has just asked me to thank Mackenzie because she's a star.
Can you spell it here, please, the name of the beauty dish? So that's just the Broncolor beauty dish that's on there. It's the only beauty dish that they sell, yep. Broncolor. So obviously all the different types of lights, the brands out there, they're all going to have different modifiers available to them, and then they're going to have different mounts as well. So when you're buying a modifier for your light, you just have to make sure that it's got the right mount for your light. So I think these are Bowen's mounts. No, the bronze aren't Bowen's mounts, are they? No, they're not. Anyway, they'll have their own mount all to themselves because of the brand, I'm guessing. Can you thank Mackenzie? She is a bit of a star. She loves doing this kind of stuff and getting dressed up. It's pretty cool. Yeah. You need some gold in her hands. Do you know, I really did think of spray painting her hands gold, but Mackenzie's actually got an appointment via Zoom at 2 o'clock this afternoon, so it's going to be a bit of a mad rush to get all the paint off her face. And I thought the only gold paint that I had here was the actual paint that I sprayed the crown with, and I had it on my fingers, and I know how hard it's to get off. So I thought, no, I can't. But yes, it would have been pretty cool to finish that off there as well. So yeah, that's it's a very different portrait for me, and I do love creating different things like this. And I think it's really important as an artist to push yourself outside your comfort zone. Like I do babies every day of the week, and you know, that's my bread and butter in terms of my business. But as a photographer, I'm always going to want to try and achieve more. And I didn't start out as a baby photographer. I think a lot of people just assume that that's all I do, and that's okay. It's what I'm known for. But for me, on a personal level, doing this stuff, this is what truly feeds my soul, and it's what keeps me inspired. It's what keeps me going and keeps my passion and love for photography alive, which is pretty cool. So yeah.
Awesome.
All right. I don't think I have any.
You can colour change them, Kelly. The hands, to make them gold with your action.
I could totally do that.
Give it a try.
Okay, so somebody has said here, could you go higher, 200 with your shutter speed? Do you know, I could, but at the same time, I don't need to. And Mackenzie wasn't moving, so it's going to be a nice fast shutter speed for that particular setup. But obviously, if you had a moving subject, you might very much consider changing shutter speeds if you need to. But I don't know, it's up to you. But that's the sweet spot for my particular camera too. Alrighty, any more questions? I'm gonna.
Thanks. What I meant live. I think we've.
I'm just reading all the questions there, the comments. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining me yesterday for the making of the crown. It was a lot of fun.
Yes. So if you didn't see that, you can find it in the file section. There's actually a document there with that in it. You can go to the videos tab, and you can also look in the announcements as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a lot more planned for you next week. I'm going to share a little list of all the videos that we're going to do throughout the week next week. It is a public holiday here in our state in Australia on Monday, so I'll probably go live from home, but I'm going to give Garrett a day off. I think he's definitely earned it after the last 7 weeks. And we are going to obviously then, continue to push through on Tuesday for the next few weeks as well. And we might even have a chat on Monday during my live from home, just about what we can do when we start to open our businesses back up after a situation like this. So it might be more of a Q&A. So if you've got any concerns or queries or just uncertainties around reopening your business to clients when we're allowed to, jump on, ask me those questions on Monday, and I'll be able to answer them for you. It'll be a nice relaxed chat. But yeah, have a great weekend, everyone. Stay safe, please. Enjoy this time with your family, and take care. I'll see you soon.